And hello, everyone. Hello. I hope you are having a wonderful May 25th. It is actually Global Africa Day, and you can check my laughter yoga. We do have a little bit of fun with that. Now, today is a bit different. Well, you know me, a conscious eater and conscious living. And how can we choose as a consumer what is healthier for our body, healthier for the planet, and actually healthier for those who are creating our food and the chemicals and whatever else is going into our food. So, welcome. I hope you just enjoy this information. And as always, you know, do your own research, be your own advocate. You can listen to me and um go do some research. And I'm always willing, if you find new research that says, well, no, and actually they found that this is okay, then post it on my Facebook page and we can talk about it. So the title of today's chat is Ditch the, the Hexane, Make Your Own Nori Snacks. And did you know that many store-bought seaweed snacks are made with rice bran oil, which is often extracted using hexane, a petroleum-derived solvent? Hexane is commonly used in the food industry to pull oils from seeds like rice bran, soy, and canola. While the FDA permits trace levels in food, residue can remain. And long-term exposure has been linked to nervous system effects in factory workers who are breathing in um, during the manufacturing process. And it's a neurotoxin for those workers and environmental pollution. Now, beyond the hexane, these oils are highly refined, often stripped of nutrients and exposed to high heat, making them prone to oxidation and not ideal for our vibrant health. And that's why I started making my own. And below, I've got this really yummy recipe using ghee. I use ghee butter, but you could use olive oil or coconut oil instead. Now, why I make my own nori snacks? Well, it came from somebody posting on Facebook about what oils are on the don't eat. They have harmful effects to our body. This is over the long term, probably once in a while. But you know what? If you can choose not to have it at all, that's to me a better choice. And many of our packaged snacks, like the seaweed chips and others, are made with rice bran oil, canola oil, or soybean. But these are extracted using a chemical called hexane. Well, what is it? It's a petrochemical solvent, a byproduct of crude oil refining. It's commonly used in industrial food processing to extract oil from grains and seeds because it's cheap and efficient. And this includes rice bran and even some grapeseed oil found in snack food, chips, and even some organic labeled product. Why is that a problem? Well, even though hexane is generally recognized as safe, the GRAS, which in the States they're going to be looking at a little more um, thoroughly because we have, I'm not sure about Canada, but in the States there's over 10,000 additives that are GRAS, generally recognized as safe. In Europe, they have 400. So you do the math. And um, independent testing shows that residues can remain in the oil. Hexane exposure, now this is for the workers, neurotoxicity, and the air pollution during the manufacturing, and potential effects on gut and liver health when consumed long term. And apparently, there's no long term safety studies done on the oral consumption of residual hexane in food. And in Europe, products are now labeled as hexane-free. So you have a choice. And that's what I want, to have a choice. I want to read the label and say, no, at this moment, I've heard that this is not so good. So I put that back on the shelf. And, they are ultra refined. They're heated at high temperatures, stripped of nutrients, and often deodorized. These fragile oils oxidize quickly and become pro-inflammatory, especially used in cooking or baked goods. So, what to avoid? Hexane extracted oil. Again, soybean, canola, rice bran, corn, grapeseed, unless it's otherwise labeled. Or oils labeled just refined or light without clear sourcing or processing information can be what you might want to avoid. And generic vegetable oil blend, these are often mixed and chemically treated. So what to look for instead? Cold pressed, expeller pressed, or virgin oils in dark glass bottles. And prefer oils labeled hexane free, which is not in Canada or the United States, or a brand that you trust. And you go to the manufacturer of your oil and ask them. Choose oils that align with how you cook, ghee or coconut oil for high heat, and only use olive oil for drizzling. Ghee, coconut oil, olive oil, and sesame oil. And the sesame oil is not to be used uh, really for cooking. It's more of a last minute. Certainly the sesame oil I use. And they don't need chemical extraction. And support brands with transparent sourcing and ethical labor practices. And so the cold pressed and expeller pressed oils don't use solvents, and it preserves the nutrients. And the unrefined or virgin oil, they're more stable, nutrient rich, and flavor intact. And that's why I make my own seaweed snacks. So what is it? Well, you get organic nori sheets, and that meaning the only ingredient is seaweed. You take some melted ghee, um, or coconut oil, a bit of olive oil, and you just brush that. I'm going to try doing it both sides, but just one side worked. My granddaughter loved them. A sprinkle of whatever sea salt. I had some turmeric spice salt that I put on, or some sesame seeds or kelp flakes. And you can use turmeric, ashwagandha, and it's sort of a spice of your choice, and play with it and get different flavors. And so you brush with the oil, bake at 250 Fahrenheit for 10 to 15 minutes. And I would put your timer at 10 minutes. It's crisp, it's nourishing, and no chemical worries. And yeah, and enjoy. And your brain will thank you. And there's also two soils that I've already mentioned above, that they're expeller pressed. And so we've already mentioned there's another one, cottonseed oil, canola oil. They've all been processed in some way that may not be healthy for our body. And even organic versions can be solvent extracted unless it's specifically cold pressed. And the safer ones, coconut oil, ghee, we've mentioned oil, and sunflower oil is kind of on the, some say yes, some say no. It's safer for baking, apparently. Avocado oil, which is cold pressed, good for high heat cooking. And so we've already mentioned what you want to look for, and a single ingredient, no blends or additives. And of course, the red flag is the vegetable oil, which we need to have identified as what is it. And if it says refined or light and high heat, no mention of how it's processed. So the sunflower oil, not all sunflower oils are the same, and the differences matter for your health. So regular sunflower oil, common in chips and snacks, it's high in linoleic acid, omega-6, which can drive inflammation when overconsumed. So, how often are you eating that stuff? Often refined using hexane and highly processed, stripped of nutrients, and prone to oxidation, and best to avoid, especially in the packaged food. So, high oleic sunflower oil. It's made from a hybrid strain of sunflower that's rich in oleic acid, the same heart-healthy fat found in olive oil, naturally more stable and less inflammatory. Look for labels that say cold press or expeller press to ensure that it's hexane-free. And safer for light cooking or baking, but still use in moderation. And let's see, remember the quality of your fats, the quality of your cells. Every bite matters. Choose one that builds health and not break it down. The food we eat is more than just fuel. It's information. It's a divine information that was given to all the plants and seeds and everything we eat. So we want to choose oils that nourish, not inflame. And a couple of other recipes that I have recipes for. If you want them, just message me on Facebook. There's coconut date energy bites, a no-bake, naturally sweet, banana coconut bliss bites, and another one that's a cracker, um, a seed cracker without any of those other oils. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this chat, and I look forward to hearing more about what kind of recipes are you using these days for crackers. I'm trying to get away from the packaged aspect of the food because I love snacking. Well, now I'm going to be making my own crackers, my own seaweed snacks, and giving those to my grandchildren, and all these little bliss balls. And yeah, just have fun in the kitchen. That's what I love to do, and I hope you do too. So until next time, thank you for joining me. Toodaloo.